Okay, for those trying to figure out how to do a drain and fill on your 8-speed, probably 6-speed too, Hyundai. It's a 2014 Hyundai Equus. You've got your drain plug is the one in the middle. Your fill plug is over here, and that's your test port to see what your level is, but honestly, you're not going to mess with that at all. Everybody thinks there's a special adapter you got to get to fill it. There really isn't. Look over here. This is on the driver's side. This is your fill port. It's a 7mm hex. That's an 8mm hex. This is an 8mm hex also. I've already broken all these loose. Shift cable slightly in the way, but it works. FYI, I should have taken that one out first. But here we go. So future reference, start draining it first. My bad, I'm getting ahead of myself. I've already drained this thing. I've gone through 6 gallons of fill it up, drive it for about 30 minutes, then drain it and refill it again. You got to keep going through that process because there's no way to actually flush it like you normally would. You can see my fluid is still fairly red. Again, this is my 7th gallon I've gone through so far. You're gonna drain roughly just over 4 quarts, so a gallon. All you need is a gallon jug. Once this finishes draining, I'll show you the fill process. You gotta have a pump. A regular hand pump, transfer pump will work just fine. But like I said, you're gonna do roughly a gallon's gonna come out. So it doesn't take too long to drain. I just got done driving it, so. But fluid was pitch black when I first did it. After about 4 gallons, it started getting brownish, and 6 gallons, it's a little bit red. So that's that. I'll show you the refill process in a second. There's a special procedure to get all 4 quarts in there. It's not really much of a special procedure, but I'll show you. So just about drained. The extra step is jack the left rear corner up just enough to get the tire off the ground, so that angles the car towards the passenger side. That way when you're pumping in here, because if you do it flat like you just saw, it will start draining out of the fill port. But you want to get all 4 quarts in there. Jack that up just enough to angle the car over. So let's just put the plug back. Wipe off the excess, wipe off the stuff that I already spilled over here. Of course, you got to take the shield that covers this one off, but I've had it off because I'm in the process of just flushing everything through. So next step, I'm gonna put one end into there. All right. Next end is going to go right into that port I told you about. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, so all I'm going to do pumping. As you can see, it's not dripping out or anything up here. You can get this pump for like 10 bucks on Amazon. The side that has the plunger on it is going to be your suction. Then the bottom part is going to be what pumps out. And as you can see, I'm already at the bottom of the gallon. Just going to reposition it some, make sure I can get all of it out. As you can hear, it's already slurping it. That's it. This bottle is empty. Do a couple more pumps just to get the excess in the hose out. All right. Next. All right, you're gonna put this plug. Do not lose that washer. You're gonna need that washer on there. Like I said, the shift cable's kind of in the way, but you figure out what works best. Again, this is my 7th gallon. I think I'm done now because the fluid came out red. I might do one more. I get these gallons off of, you can get them for Walmart for $17 or Amazon. If you go to AutoZone, you're gonna pay $30 a gallon. So here, snug that up. Right. Again, wipe off the excess. You're not going to get all of it unless you got brake cleaner. I ran out. And the type of transmission fluid, Valvoline Max Life Full Synthetic. It'll zoom in there. Let me turn the flash off and see. I guess the camera doesn't want to zoom in today. But it does cover our model Hyundai. So that is it as far as that's concerned. I'm gonna cap it off. I'll show you what I drained out just so you can know it's roughly a gallon. That up. So just so you know that it's roughly a gallon. Like I said, I might do another couple gallons running through because it's just time and parts for me. I want this stuff to be cherry red, and it's kind of hard to do when you can't do a traditional flush. Still got a little bit of brown. just so you know, that is a gallon of fluid. So that kind of gives you an idea of how much you're going to be doing. Then I'm going to come pour it in there so you can really see it. I do a lot of car repairs, so I've got jugs just to fill up with old fluid. It's still kind of brown, so I'm probably going to run, it's probably going to take me about 9 gallons or so to get it all the way red. So if you're wondering, yes, I do plan on changing the transmission filter, which is the whole pan on the 8 speeds. Like I said, I've got full plans on changing that, but I want to flush as much fluid through that old filter as I can. Then I'll change it. Once my fluid starts coming out cherry red, I'll go ahead and change it out. But that's how you do a transmission drain and fill on Hyundai Equus. I'm sure the Genesis, same transmission, it's the exact same process. So hope that helps.